So, apologies for everybody that was watching previously. For some reason, we just got disconnected, but we are back online now and back up and running. So, we were just discussing there how, with the strategy, that we've seen a few trades come in and made our profits. Overall, I think there were, obviously, feel free, this is just off the top of my head, but I think we're in around about 4 or 5 different trades, maybe 6 trades, all winners, and banked over $300 of profit within the when we went back to the start of February. So that's probably a week and a half worth of trading, and it just gives you an idea of how this strategy works. And of course, it's only just one market. Obviously, you'd replicate that across all of the different markets that you want to trade. Forex, obviously, we're looking at the S&P here. You can trade it in crypto as well. We'll take a look at through a few of those. So let's just have a look. Where are we? We already had a small entry here on the UK FTSE. So we'd already traded this morning. Managed to get a very nice little winner just on this these 3 entries, and been able to. We've got another entry in here. Just running a very small profit at the moment. But yeah, just check that. Where was I talking? Many people, when they are looking to trade, I'm aware that the my strategy is a little bit unconventional, because I know many people, when they are looking to trade, they do look to try and trade just on a sorry, I just got a text message. So they do try to trade in what you'll see hundreds and hundreds of times, repeated and repeated and repeated over and over again. That you'll see people try and trade like with stop loss. It's one thing I don't have a stop loss in place. My risk management is through a lot size, so that you just simply scale into moves using small lot sizes into a dollar cost averaging opportunity, if you like, which I know does scare some people. Some people like the security of having a stop loss, and that's equally fine. It's really whatever works for you. But what I've stressed to people and stressed to followers who try to who do use the same strategy is that you need to be adaptable, because if you only ever are trading in one direction here, we've got another little entry that we can use on the FTSE. So if you're always trading that way with stop losses, X risk, X reward, that type of trading, then well, how's that worked for you so far? Great. If that's making you profits, brilliant. Stick to it. If that's a profitable trading strategy for you, great. However, the reality, if we're being honest here, guys, is that the majority of traders using that strategy are not working. It's simply not working for them. So we need to just be honest about that, I think, in the trading industry. And all of these gurus, well, to be quite honest with you, when you see them on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok, they're probably more like fake gurus than anything. Just simply, instead of looking at and being honest about the trading strategy, getting down to the nuts and bolts of their trading strategy, they're not using that as the focus of what they're sharing. They're sharing just cars and watches and this, that, and the other, that try and lure you in, and then try and say, oh, you can get all of this stuff by using my trading strategy. But really, the trading strategy itself is garbage, and that's what's going to make you the money. That's what we're here for, right? So yeah, don't get lured into that. I always just look to try and focus on what works in results, what works in the bottom line of your trading account. Does your trading account go up and towards the right in its equity curve? Well, that's what we're after, right? That's all that matters. All of the rest of the stuff is rubbish. So I'm just out here trying to be honest about what works. And ultimately, if what you've been doing up to now and you've been trading that for months, years, sometimes I know people have, and still not been able to break through and get a an overall profitable strategy for the long term, then maybe it's time to try something else. maybe it's time to start looking at some different methodologies. Maybe it's time to look at, where people have been telling you all this time that you need a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio with your stop loss, etc., etc. Well, maybe that's not true. It might be if it works for you. I'm not going to say what's right or wrong, but I just know what's worked for me. Thank you also, guys, for the support and for the likes and for the follows on all of my stuff on TradingView. Massively appreciate it. Here in the FTSE, we've got a couple of entries now. We've got one here on this candle that closed with the market top. We had like an intra candle one just in the middle of the candle as well that kind of did show its head. Just up here, gave us a nice little entry as it stands so far. So that's kind of just helped. Excuse me. Let us know in the chat as well. How do you trade? How do you find, how's your profitability going? What's your strategies? It's always great to hear from other people as well, what works for you. So just while the FTSE plays itself out, obviously these things do take quite some time, so we're not just going to sit and watch that the entire time. We'll get back to doing some trading. Let's have a look at oil. I'll go back to the start of the week. Go into a smaller time frame, maybe a 10-second. Can be quite can be interesting. So we'll go back to well, how far can we get back? We can't get back on the 10-second all the way, so we'll start from here. And we'll just kind of see how. Well, by the moment you do that, then you start actually loading the history of it. That's fine. So we'll just kind of see how things go on here. Bear in mind, obviously, the lower time frame that you get, the smaller lot size that you're going to need to use. So here we're on a 10-second chart. You can actually access, for anybody that isn't aware, you can access the second charts just simply by being a premium TradingView subscriber. I think it cost me something like 40 to 60 pounds a month or something in that region. But of course, well worth it when you look at the profits you're able to make. I'm not in any way affiliated to TradingView. It's just simply my setup so that you can start maybe using the same one if you wanted to. So here on the 10x replay speed, just so that we can kind of fly through and get some of these entries and just kind of see how in replay mode the trade works. So we'll just see if we get any kind of what kind of entries that we get, and we'll work from there really. See if we can start making some profits. Obviously on the S&P 500 we've got a few entries up here, so let's see what we can do. We'll scale into some of these. There's an entry up there, there's one there. You can already see how this works. Bear in mind the profits are going to be smaller by and large when trading on the smaller time frames, because of course the movements aren't as large. So that's the other thing to consider as well. You're looking for a higher volume of trades opposed to a one up there as well. Did see a little flash come in there as the candle was closing. Or it didn't close at that level, so that's why it didn't stay on the chart. Good morning as well. Thank you. I just seen your message. Just kind of flicking between screens to get the chat. But good morning. Thanks for joining. And great to have you on board. Obviously, watching, following along, that's massively helpful for us and really do appreciate it. So thanks very much as well. It doesn't go unappreciated. If you have any questions at any stage, anybody who's watching along, get them in the chat. Always happy to answer really any questions around trading, around my strategy, different ways that I trade in, all that good stuff. So yeah. Inspector Crusoe, so great username as well. You see, we can get into a nice position here. Flicking in between profit and non-profit. So let's just see how we can get into some of these. Get some more sells in there. Hopefully we can build a bigger position into these trades. Can you help with the scalping strategy of Bitcoin, 5 minute and 1 minute? Certainly, yeah. Let's have a look at that in a moment. Let's kind of see how this trade plays out. And we'll have a look into crypto market as well. Good suggestion. See what we can do here. Get a few entries up into that cluster. Here we're on a couple of days ago here on Tuesday this week. There's a little entry I saw up there, so a little sneaky one. Always good. See how things are developing. Very much just near break even now on this trade. See if we can eke any sort of profits out. We're going to get out of break even there on this trade, I think, just because it's gone on for a little while. We'll see how the market moves. Kind of had our sales and just how it kind of worked out there. So that's fine though. Ultimately, that's what we were after. Just looking for some, as long as you're not losing money, that's a positive. See if we can get any better entries into this trade. Onto oil. Now, as I say, we don't always get the accuracy that we want because we are in 10x mode here, so kind of in fast forward mode, so you don't get the exact entries that you like. So we'll see. You can see here how we were able to scale into the move. There was an opportunity for some profits just on that little dip there, and there were some more profit opportunities as well as we went through these, but we'll just kind of see how things play out. Let's try and get into these moves. Get some sells on there. Start building a position again. How do things move from here? We're still moving, still building that position up. Get out there on a nice little profit. As a remember, obviously, the amounts that we win and lose on these smaller time frames are relative because you're looking at smaller entries. And some more moves into here. Get out on those. Nice little entry and a small profitable entry there. So, any thoughts so far? Any questions, guys? And as I say, what we will do, we had a question in from how things are going here. Oh, so we've got a nice, so these are from our entries here, and we'll just, that's our live trade. Secure those. Some profits that we just got into an entry up here for. Just kind of secure it because we've already had we had a nice win here earlier in the day. Just topping that up now. So we had already a nice win there. We've kind of banked another short scalping move there. So these moves have the potential, because there's been quite a few. You can see, obviously, the potential is massive on some of these trades, which is just what we want. But, I mean, as things currently stand, I'm quite happy just securing the profits. Moving on. So already today we've had, let's have a look how things stand. Yeah, just around about 0.5% in profit on the account growth so far on my live account today. So great to see. Great to always be moving forward. So Bitcoin, we're having a look at Bitcoin on the 1 minute, 5 minute scalping strategy. So let's have a look. We'll load up Bitcoin. This on the 1 minute. Now, the one thing to say on Bitcoin particularly, the volatility is in such a way that you kind of certainly, because it's so much sideways price action, picking absolute tops and bottoms in this market is difficult. So when we look into strategy, let's see what we can get. Sometimes different, yeah, you see, so sometimes different exchanges will mean that the strategy works a little bit better. So, for example, here we already got the lovely entry, market top entry in here, Bosch, and able to make significant profit on that market top indicator. Oh, excuse me. But what I'll do is we'll go into the replay mode, and we will go down to, say, a 15-second chart. We'll go back as far as we can. I don't know how far it goes back on a 15-second time frame. It goes back to Monday this week, so that's fine. Let's get into that, and we'll do a similar exercise here on Bitcoin. We'll look to see if we can get any sort of entries here, because this is, as I say, when I'm looking at scalping, I'm looking here. These moves can last a long time, so you just always move a couple of time frames lower than really where you'd want to be looking, and we'll kind of go from there. And let's see if we can build into these moves. It's using the same strategy, same process. So that's what we want to always be considering. Strategy and process shouldn't change from trade to trade or chart to chart. Want to keep that consistent. We'll try and change this time frame a little bit smaller so we can get more action. Here on a 5-second time frame. Oh. We lost connection by any chance? Not too sure what's happened here. There we go. Back online, back on working. So see how things progress on this chart. Yeah, we're able to get a bit more action on this one, I think. Can see some trades actually firing. Perfect. So it all comes down to volatility. Strangely, you say cryptocurrency is about volatility, but recently it's certainly not been. Markets have been really unvolatile in cryptocurrency at the moment. Trading just kind of within a very short time frame of a couple of thousand here or there. So in that situation, you need to move lower in the time frame to get enough volatility to really able to identify market tops and market bottoms. So we're just watching the market here on the 5-second chart and just seeing how things go, how things move. It's coming up to the US market open actually, so we just gonna have a quick look on the calendar, see if there's anything major news coming up. We've got some employment data coming up, 13 minutes just at the US market open, and we've also got a speech by the ECB later, but nothing major. A big day in the pound tomorrow. See if we get any sort of alerts here, because this is what I wonder about. Right, when the markets are moving very much sideways, we're not looking to try and trade in that. I'm looking for volatile markets with tops and bottoms. That's what I'm here looking to. That's my strategy. That's what I look to try and scalp is tops and bottoms of a market. So when I'm looking here and just seeing kind of sideways price action, that's not doing anything for me. And I just try, as I say, stay out of that market. And that's why I developed this indicator that works with my strategy, just because it's based around my strategy. Want to stay out of range bound markets, want to be into ideal trading conditions. So won't trigger in these situations here. You can see right back where the market will when we're getting these big moves up and down. That's where we want to try and get the tops and the market bottoms. Scale into the moves here, 1, 2, 3, 4 entries, and then able to take your profits on the way down. Got a market bottom indicator there, bosh, and able to profit on the way up. That's what we want. Where we're getting all of this side action, then realistically not looking to do much on that, please. Thank you guys for following as well. So appreciate that hugely. All of the support that you give, it means a huge amount. It just helps encourage us to do more and more of these streams as well, because we're only doing it to try and help and provide some value to the community. So yeah, great to have your support by following along. If from watching these streams this looks like a strategy that you like to use yourself and learn more about, then that's the reason to follow along. While we're doing more of these, you've got all of the links below. You can follow on TradingView as well, so you can just kind of get notified each time we do these streams and all the other value that we share as well through ideas and educational posts, all those type of things. A lot of trading is just sitting, waiting and watching, not trying to get involved. I mean, it is tempting that you can get involved into every single one of these up and down moves, but the best trades, the best opportunities are what we're looking for. We're not looking to just simply trade anything that we can see and get forced into a market. It's much more important just to sit, wait and watch and just kind of bag those trades as they come along. Your accounts are built over months, years, not just simply over hours. That's, you can only ever really build an account over months and years, but you can only ever lose an account in hours and minutes, really. So I'm a bit late on those entries there, but still, let's just see. Would have liked these entries down here. We'll see how things go though. There you go, a little scalp that we can go on that move there. Even though these moves have the potential to move much higher, it's all about profit at the end of the day, moving a little scalp move, 1 and 2 in and out of moves. So I can actually get back into these moves a little bit more now, because this is where the value was in the previous move. So there you go. We can actually get out of that nicely with a couple of trades. Don't always recommend doing that. You really identify these moves and want to time them as these alerts come in. But if you do start to see something like that, it's not recommended, but it can work. It's not a complete no-no. But you can really see the value here of sitting, waiting and watching, waiting for that volatility to come into the market and actually able to execute when it does. Because as you say, looking through all of the sideways price action, could have got suckered into moves there, but we wanted to actually just wait for the volume to come into the market, wait for the opportunity to make the trades happen. And when they do, you want to be able to execute them. You want to be quick on the trigger. And if you're looking just to scalp, see, that's a little bit late on that entry, but we can still maybe make a little profit on that. And this is also because this is on a smaller time frame, you can use these on higher time frames, but of course you're just going to have to wait longer between each entry and exit. Okay. This is just simply a visual indication of how to use the strategy and how to make the most of it. Again, this was a very late entry. You'd have wanted the entry down here and you'd have got a better profit entry exit, but it is. But that's the danger, because obviously we're in replay mode. We're moving at 10x so that we can move the chart along. that's the reason why I'm sometimes just a little bit late on the trigger. But when you're moving in real time and just simply candle by candle, that's not a problem. You can really pinpoint these entries when you do that. Let's get into some of these trades here. We can get out of that one nicely as well. So another little scalping move here. So you can already see 3 moves here, 4 moves maybe, that we're able to get in now. 100% track record, 100% profit on each one of these opportunities, and able to quite quickly, even though we had to wait for the volatility to come into the market, even though we probably had to wait there a good number of hours before we actually started seeing these results. Once they do come through, then you're able to get the profits quite quickly, and already racked up there $117 worth. But that's always relative to account size, etc., and lot sizes that you use. This is all just simply for illustration purposes. It's not representative, maybe, of anybody's. I'm not even sure how large these, on this replay mode, how large the account is, and kind of what that represents. But it just gives you an indication of how to trade these markets and how to use this strategy itself. So it gives you a good indication there of how to use it. What we'll do is we'll do a bit more. We'll come out of this mode now. Oh, there you go. That's quite nice. I didn't know it did this. So it gives you a nice profitable trades, success rate, etc. So yeah, that's quite a nice little touch by TradingView. So I appreciate that. Didn't know it did that. Come out of replay mode. So I'm going to see what we can see here on because the markets are so volatile, and you can see not unvolatile, I meant, so kind of static trading, very much within ranges throughout this period. But you can see here, look, on a 5-minute time frame, when we're looking at scalping opportunities, the market tops are really clear to see. Bosh, there you go, in bang at the top, and as the market kind of drops from there, you just kind of see how these actually play out. You can see it actually as it plays out, but you have to just, obviously, as I said, you have to wait for these opportunities, the premium opportunities, to enter the market. You have to wait for those, and it on a higher time frame will take longer to get those, and there'll be less of them. You can see nothing coming from unvolatile markets. Don't want to be trading those. Once that volatility comes in, that's where you'd be able to get your entries in. Then from there, you can take your profits where you like. Then from that point, of course, with hindsight, by looking at the chart previously, you can see it's going to drop off quite considerably from here. But that doesn't need, it doesn't say that you have to hold it for that long. It's up to you where you take your profits. As long as you're taking profits, you're only ever in a good position. So I'm just going to do that there. So even if you've done that, still secured over just under $100 worth of profit. So do you have any other questions coming in from viewers? Any markets that you'd like us to have a look at? Any questions about how these markets look? So again, here, a 5-minute look at this is absolutely pristine. On gold, see market top indicator come in there, small amount of drawdown, and then we even get the bottom indicator as well at the same time. That's where you get this extended volatility both to the upside and to the downside. You can actually pick both ends of the market. So from those, you'd be able to sit in both of those perfectly. That's really when things just kind of everything moves together is just how you'd want it. But again, you don't have to hold your market all the way down to that. As long as you're taking profits, as long as you're moving your accounts upwards, your equity upwards, then that's all that matters. So let's just kind of let's normalize just taking profits a little bit early and just securing profits. That's what I'd like to say. Where are we on oil? Again, perfect entry here. Small amount of drawdown through this volatility, but it doesn't matter because, of course, over the long term, if you're looking to hold these trades for a few days a week, you're going to make some significant profits. But of course, with the volatility comes so here, lovely 2 entries here. Bosh, big sell-off. You can really make some significant money if you do use these higher time frames. But even when you look in the 1 minute, you can get pristine entries here. Market bottom, perfect. Look at that again. Absolute market bottom indicator to the top. Bosh, from one to the top. Thank you. Cluster of the market bottom indicators here, and we move all the way up to the top. So the strategy is clear to see. It's foolproof to use, but you just simply have to be the important things to remember are lot sizes. That's the only thing that's really going to kill you when you're using this strategy. People who use a little bit too greedy, going into trades with too big of a lot size, you're going to get killed by your drawdown if it comes. Doesn't always come, but if it does, then that's where you want to have that room in your account to add positions, fade into a move, dollar cost average into a move, and then from there able to reap your profits. That's the only thing that's really going to kill you. And the other thing is trying to extract every possible bit of juice out of a trade. Holding it for too long, that's the other thing that's going to kill you. Because if you try and hold it for too long, you're going to get a reversal the other way. It's all about overall just getting into the markets, getting out of the markets with your money, with your profits, and going from there. Perfect. You can see how profitable these moves are when you look at it in this way. More follows, guys. So thank you as well for those follows that are coming in. It means a lot. We also want to answer some questions from you guys as well. So feel free, ask any questions that you've got. How are things moving in the FTSE trade? Things, well, look, we took our profit somewhere around about here, didn't we? So things could have moved a little bit further in our favour, but it is what it is. I actually suspect this could sell off quite a bit from here because we've already had a few smaller trades, and then usually the bigger one comes after 2 or 3 smaller ones. But just got no need to stay in that. I've already made the profits that I needed to for the day, so we kind of were able to utilize this afternoon to do some trading on here, do some back testing and answer some questions. So apologies, slight disconnection there, but back on now. Have a look through the we were watching for some moves in here. Well, pound USD looks like we can I think we can get involved in a bit of pound USD, can't we? Where is it? Where is they go for there you go, so even in and out of that move quite quickly. I didn't even need to wait around. That's a few pips profit and actually secured as a nice little profit to move us even further into the green today. Just a little real scalp move there, that was. Just because we're able to get right in at the top there, and as that market fell, I can just secure that profit quickly and move on. But I could probably scale into it with, because I used a slightly higher lot size than what I was comfortable with. There we go, perfect. So there you go. I've scaled into it with a smaller lot size to give myself a little bit more room to breathe in this trade. So initially I'd moved into that with the trade right up here. And even though it was a fantastic entry, it was a little bit of a higher lot size than what I was comfortable with. So once that trade moved a little bit in my direction, I was able to secure both profits. Now can exit and even get back in with a little bit of a smaller lot size that I'm more comfortable with, and able to let this trade then breathe and hopefully gather some profits in a further manner. Let's have a look overall, a little bit of a higher time frame, just to get some context on this trade. What was the Fibonacci level looking like? Nothing really from that one. From this second move, again, nothing really on there, so that's fine. Let's have a look on a 1 hour. Yeah, so this looks quite promising. I always like it. It's always nice when you can see a previous support zone broken like this. Look, so previous support zone here, off, then the move moved from there. We've now broken through that really violently. Look, broken through that all with one candle. No retest back up into that zone as it stands. You can even see, look, another just minor support there where it bounced off this level and then broke through it really violently. So that tells me the fact that we've got a bounce here, support level, bang, 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 all support level there. This level here is significant to the market. So this little zone, the 0.2188 0.21833, sorry, all the way down to 0.2163. This little zone is significant to the market. Excuse me. So the fact we're now retesting that, and then on a smaller time frame, I'm getting signals that we're moving into a market top zone. You really couldn't ask for much more than that. It gives me confidence that we're in the right zone here, and that I can really use this area as a high probability that we are looking to reverse. Well, your guys' thoughts? Are you looking at into pound USD? And this is the thing as well, where you see already this move has had. This is what I was saying in the previous stream before it got disconnected. So you've already seen a 115 pip move to the upside there with little breather, really. Small breather here, but nothing really as a breather, in this move upwards. And we're now coming into a support, what would now be a resistance zone, a potential resistance zone. It hasn't proven itself to be yet, but certainly should be when it comes down to theory-wise anyway. So you're adding confluences into this trade, and that's what it's all about, adding confluence to your trades. When we look into the overall, we've already had here off this level 1 and 2 attempts to break through the 125 zone. Didn't happen. Dropped back down now. It tried to break below the 196, 197 level. Again, that hasn't happened initially. So could be that we're taking a little breather off here, look. So this is what we could see happening. Is that we're seeing a that's what I think we could end up seeing is overall, not really anywhere on the Fibonacci. So it's always just nice to check if we are there, because that adds another complexity. And I'm looking at here. Look at this as a local bottom in the market that you could really extend these moves down if you wanted to and you had the patience to. There's no reason why you couldn't. Because I think that with all of that selling momentum in there, you could really look at saying a potential bottom around 1.19 as certainly not unreasonable as a target. Of course, if things really did progress and you wanted to hold it for many months, then who knows? There's a lot of room to the bottom side, but either way, we're in a good position there. We'll just kind of monitor this. Another opportunity to enter there. Just because in that candle I saw the market top indicator flash up and down. Because it didn't close at the top, it didn't give us the closing signal, which, by the book is, the strategy that would look to try and implement. It doesn't have to be. You can have a little bit of flexibility in your strategy though. So seeing volatility come up here now. Large spike to the upside. And can we get in there with another entry? Definitely flashed up a couple of times inside this candle. And again. So I've been streaming now for a little while. We'll see how things are progressing for the next few minutes. But hopefully that's answered some questions for you guys, giving you some insight into a different way of trading that not many people really do show. Where you're not looking to use a stop loss and you're able to average in with smaller position sizes and ultimately profit from that. And looking to get opportunity value positions in the market. That's what we're after, right? But yeah, we've been trading and streaming now for the best part of a couple of hours, I think, overall. Hopefully, though, that's helped some guys out. And if you have any questions, feel free to both message us. You can always get into my messages here on TradingView, elsewhere as well. All the links below to contact us. And also follow us along so that we're able to update you each time that we go live and do this again. We'll try to do this regularly and just kind of offer some help and support to people who are trading along with us. So other than that, all of the follows that we've had throughout this session, massively appreciate it and your involvement so far. So thanks very much, guys. We'll no doubt speak to you soon.